Aliens had seen many things in the galaxy, but nothing prepared them for humans. This is the story of the Duct Tape Incident. The Yelath cruiser, a majestic vessel named Moonvale, found itself caught in an unforeseen asteroid field, suffering catastrophic damage that compromised its very core. Coolant lines burst, spraying superheated vapor across the engine room, while the ship's primary reactor threatened to breach its containment and explode. Alarms blared a symphony of doom, echoing the crew's escalating panic. No conventional alien technology in their advanced arsenal could possibly patch the multitude of cracks in time to avert disaster. The sophisticated plasma welders were too slow, and the structural sealants required hours to cure, time they simply did not have. And then, as despair settled over the bridge, the ship's captain remembered the human. The human engineer, a quiet technician named Jake, arrived on the scene with a calm demeanor that was utterly alien to the frantic Yelath crew. He wasn't carrying a complex diagnostic tool or an advanced repair device. Instead, he carried a simple, unassuming roll of gray tape. The alien officers stared, their multifaceted eyes wide with confusion. This primitive strip of sticky cloth, a relic that belonged in a museum of ancient technologies, was his proposed answer to imminent destruction? "Relax," he said, his voice steady amidst the chaos. "This will hold." He then proceeded to patch the ruptured coolant pipes with swift, practiced motions, sealing the hissing cracks that were venting precious atmosphere into the void. He even used the tape to strap broken control panels back into place, restoring vital functions with a pull and a tear. Miraculously, the ship stopped bleeding air. The reactor temperature stabilized, its critical warning lights blinking out one by one. The Yelath crew stared in utter disbelief, their advanced technological sensibilities completely shattered. The silence was broken by the captain, who approached the human with a sense of awe. "What is this substance?" he demanded, his voice trembling not with fear, but with sheer astonishment. "Duct tape," the human grinned, wiping a smudge of grease from his cheek. "It fixes everything." To the aliens, it was nothing short of sorcery. They had witnessed a technology so flexible, so universally applicable, and so powerful that they couldn't possibly believe it was considered common. It defied every law of material science they had ever studied. This humble roll of fabric and adhesive had done in minutes what their most advanced systems could not accomplish in hours. Word of the duct tape incident spread across the stars like wildfire. Entire fleets, from the formidable warships of the Cathar Dominion to the elegant exploration vessels of the Luminians, began stocking what they called human repair strips. Some military strategists called it a potential weapon, a tool of unprecedented tactical versatility. Others, particularly those saved by its application, hailed it as a miracle. And the Yelath? They never traveled again without a dedicated cargo bay filled with duct tape, elevating it to a status reserved for their most critical life support systems. The incident became a legend, a cautionary tale, and a source of endless fascination. To humans, duct tape is an ordinary household item, a quick fix for a leaky pipe or a broken toy. It's mundane, practical, and often taken for granted. But to the rest of the galaxy, it became a powerful symbol of human ingenuity, a testament to their unorthodox but brutally effective problem-solving skills. This was the duct tape incident, one more reason why humans are special. The Galactic Federation had encountered countless species, each with their own unique brand of brilliance, but nothing could have prepared them for humanity. This is the story of the Zip Tie Uprising. The Skralian dreadnought, Void Gazer, was a marvel of stellar engineering, a testament to 1,000 years of technological supremacy. But as it navigated a treacherous asteroid field in the uncharted territories of the Kepler 186 system, disaster struck. A rogue asteroid, far denser than their sensors predicted, tore through the ship's port side. The impact was catastrophic. Life support systems flickered and died in entire sectors of the ship. Critical power conduits, thick as an ancient tree trunk, were severed, their raw energy arcing violently in the exposed corridors. The ship groaned, a dying leviathan bleeding its lifeblood into the cold vacuum of space. The Skralian crew, beings of pure logic and precision, descended into a state bordering on chaos. Their sophisticated repair drones were crushed, and their advanced plasma welders were useless against the volatile, sparking cables. Their ship was tearing itself apart from the inside, and their most advanced solutions were powerless. And then, their captain remembered the human exchange officer. Summoned to the ravaged sector, the human, a junior maintenance tech named Anya, arrived not with a team of engineers or a complex antimatter forge, but with a simple canvas bag slung over her shoulder. From it, she produced a handful of thin plastic strips. The Skralian captain, a towering figure of crystalline bone and flesh, stared down at the offering. These flimsy, serrated loops of polymer. This was her solution to a hull breach and a cascading power failure. It was an insult to engineering. "This is your proposal?" The captain's voice modulator boomed, laced with incredulity. "Children's toys?" Anya simply smiled, a gesture the Skralians still found unsettling. "Trust me," she said, pulling a long strip from the bundle. "These are stronger than they look." With a practiced efficiency that stunned the onlookers, she began to work. She gathered the frayed ends of the massive power conduits, bundling them together with several of the plastic ties pulled taut. She used them to lash loose support beams back into place, preventing a wider structural collapse. She even fashioned a makeshift harness to secure a ruptured plasma line, cinching it tight against a bulkhead until it ceased its violent thrashing. The ship's death rattle quieted. The wild energy arcs subsided. The groaning of stressed metal faded into a stable hum. A profound silence fell over the bridge of the Void Gazer. The Skralian engineers, who had been broadcasting frantic, complex equations just moments before, now simply stared at their stable diagnostic screens in dumbfounded awe. Their billion-credit vessel, a pinnacle of galactic achievement, had been saved from certain destruction by what amounted to packaging material. "What is this binding sorcery?" the captain demanded, his voice now a whisper of reverence. Anya held up another strip. "Zip ties," she said with a shrug. "Or cable ties. We use them for, well, everything." To the Skralians, it was a revelation. A technology so simple, so disposable, and yet so versatile and robust that it could tame forces their own advanced tools could not. They had seen atoms split and stars harnessed, but they had never conceived of a solution so elegantly primitive. The story of the Void Gazer. Salvation spread through the communication relays of the Galactic Federation like a supernova shockwave. It became a legend whispered in engineering bays and on the bridges of capital ships. The Skralians, a species that prided itself on meticulous planning, began retrofitting their vessels with special compartments, not for new weapons or shield emitters, but for thousands of human binding strips. Some military strategists theorized they were a form of rapid guerrilla construction material. Others, more mystically inclined, saw them as a symbol of humanity's chaotic but effective nature. And the Skralian captain? He enshrined one of the used zip ties in a stasis field on his bridge, a constant reminder of the day logic failed, and a simple plastic strip saved them all. To humans, a zip tie is a mundane tool, used to organize wires or fix a broken fence. But to the rest of the galaxy, it became an icon of unexpected strength and resourcefulness. This was the zip tie uprising, one more legend proving why. Humans are space orcs.